Hi Pisces, this is your September 2019 reading. Pisces, September is a critical month for you because the axis of your career, your external existence, your place in the universe versus your relationship with the rest of the world, your relationship with your critical partnership, your committed partnerships, that axis will come into consideration and changes during the course of September. We'll see a new start in your committed partnership, in a contract, in a client relationship, or a committed personal relationship. And we will see in the second half of the month the light being thrown on you as a leader, your life path, certain shifts and changes that you've been waiting for months to happen will now start opening as Saturn starts going direct around 18th of September, opening the path to manifestation of certain changes that are structural in nature, that change the very structure of your existence, that change your vision, that change what you were gunning for. More importantly, Jupiter, for the first time in 13 years, sitting in your house of career, meets Neptune, your ruler, for the last time for the next 13 years. This is the third meeting of Jupiter and Neptune this year, and this is the birthing process of an expanded vision of your career. Jupiter is in your house of career for the last time over the course of next decade. And it's in its own sign in Sagittarius, it manifests beautifully in terms of expansion of your career. But now, with Jupiter and Neptune meeting together, this is the time to give birth to an expanded vision of your life, an expanded vision of the career that you might have been looking to create since the start of this year, since this aspect began. But now is the birthing of that aspect when they're meeting for the last time on 21st of September. But before we get there, let's look at the new moon that is happening at the start of the month. On 30th of August, we have a beautiful and powerful new moon happening in your opposite sign of Virgo in your house of committed partnerships. I spoke about it in detail in a separate video, which is the part 1 of this video, because you should want to understand the overall environment in which we will be working. So that video, the part 1 of this video, I'll put the link of that in the comments, is the video in which I have covered the overview of what's happening as a result of this new start. But going specifically for your sign, the new moon of 30th of August, which will color at the very least the first half of September, is happening in your house of committed partnerships. This is a new beginning and a very, very powerful beginning. There will be 5 planets in your house of partnership over the course of first 14 days of September. This is you initiating with all you have something that is critical to you when it comes to your committed partnerships, committed contracts, committed relationships. This is a new phase that is starting in how you relate to others and how you come across in your committed partnerships. It could be a new job, a new contract, which is starting, which has a service element to it. You're creating something that services and helps the world in general, or the people or the population in general. You might be creating something of significant value, and there's a contract that is initiating for you to deliver something of significant value to the world. You might be initiating a new committed personal partnership where your partner and you sort of balance each other out. You both support each other in some ways. There could be a new committed partnership in a business relationship which is starting, which could be a client, a significant client of long-term importance to you that might be coming into your life, which can be very lucrative, and it will require a lot of energy, a lot of effort, but there will be a lot of ambition and success embedded in the start of that contract. It could be a new business partner with whom you're combining your forces because they are sort of opposite to you and your talents match each other, and you're starting a new professional relationship with each other. This could be a professional support staff or a skilled partner who you're partnering up with, who will support you and take you way ahead in your career as well. This is where the one-on-one relationships will come into focus, and they will require a lot of your attention. But it's exciting because Uranus is making a positive aspect with this. So this contract or this relationship or this new start in your committed contracts is a innovative new start. There's a whole lot of mental stimulation and innovative ideas that are embedded as part of this contract, because Uranus, the planet of change, the planet of brilliance, the planet of freedom, is making a positive aspect with this new moon, and Uranus is sitting in your house of thinking, communicating. This is when certain inventive ideas, certain ideas that are maybe ahead of time, certain ideas that are away from the norm, they have been in your mind or they've been coming through to your consciousness, but you've not been able to implement them. Now, through this contract, you get a way to manifest those ideas into your contract, into a committed relationship, into a committed service element that you're launching. So the sometimes Uranus is way ahead of time, and it might have been way ahead of time when you had thought about it, but now the practical reality of how to implement that ideas comes through, because Uranus stimulates our mind. So it sort of moves us away from the current moment and gives us certain thinking that are beyond the current moment. Albert Einstein had Uranus in the house of thinking, like you do right now. Albert Einstein had it from birth. So for your sign, Uranus is in third house, in your house of mind, in your house of thinking, in your house of communication, as a transit right now. But it is giving you the gift of thinking beyond norm. So sudden ideas, insights could come to you. Certain people and events could happen that can move you out of your comfort zone and move you into an environment that is different from what you have been in. There is a detached clarity which comes through in a earthy season of Virgo, which shows you how to implement those ideas with grounded manifestation, with reality. How do these 8 planets that are there in Earth sign can take something intangible that you've been thinking about, which is brilliant, which is ahead of time, which is inventive, and how does it embed that into a new start that you can have in your committed contract, in your relationship, or in a business partnership. In certain few cases, the health of your partner or the job of your partner could come into focus as well. Because the first half of the month is sort of dedicated to your committed relationships. It could be something changing in their life. There could be a communication coming of change in their life. And you might be, as a result of that, that causes a shift in your life as well. But this is a very positively manifested change. It is a change that makes you excited about it. It is not something that works against what you want, because Uranus in the third house makes you seek new experiences. And this is definitely a new experience that is coming your way. In the first 10 days of the month, Mars and Sun will stay close together to each other. They are giving you the drive, the ambition, the energy to make this happen, to sort of pull this new start off the ground, to do the work that is required for it. You would be well placed to channel this energy that is coming your way in the first half of the month constructively into making a contract happen. Because it is a physical energy, a rush of physical energy that is coming your way when there is a physical as well as high mental energy that is being thrown our way, and we don't constructively channel that. It can manifest in ways that is not desirable. Because Sun, Mars, Mercury together in the first week of the month are generating a lot of activity. If we don't give it a productive outflow, it usually results in arguments with partners or high tempers. So my recommendation to you, ahead of time, plan to dedicate your time over the course of first 10 days on your clients, meeting with your clients, being out and about, meeting with people in your surrounding. Share your ideas. Go out and meet people. Interact, socialize. Share your life. Share your ideas. Be out and about. Because you will be able to gain a lot more, especially in the first half of the month, by being out and about with other people and interacting with them, being with your partners, generating new ideas, high mental activity, high intellectual activity, using your insight and then working on them, on somehow making them into a reality. Study, investigate, choose your battles, because you might have certain battles that will come across when you try to do a new thing. There will be people who will give you different perspective during this time. There will be self-realizations as well, which will happen. There will be a resistance within yourself as well, which you will be overcoming to do something new. But you are being given the tools to overcome that internal resistance, because Neptune, your ruler, will show you what within you is holding you back as well. It will give you an insight into what has become now dysfunctional in some way or old, which needs to be released in our way of operating when it comes to our partnership, when it comes to our one-on-one relationships, and when it comes to our career. So we will see that as well. But you are given 8 planets in Earth sign to support you to move forward on this path. More importantly, you're given enormous amount of energy in your opposite sign, which needs to be used in partnership, which needs to be used in forming relationships, managing personal relationship, our duties, our committed contracts, and it should be physically channeled out. The new moon is happening around 6 or 7 degree of Virgo. So if your planet's around 6 or 7 degree of Pisces, you will see a physical impact of this shift. You will see a physical manifestation, in my view, of this shift, which could come in form of a new contract coming in, or you immediately negotiating. This comes out like an output of something, and you might already be in middle of talking about it. And this is, if you're a Pisces sun, that is around 26th or 27th of February born, around those dates. If you have planets around that, you might have been thinking of a new idea, an innovative idea, or you might have had a sudden epiphany, or you might have had a sudden communication with somebody, and now you sort of get the energy and the impetus to make it all happen in the material world, in reality. And the first 10 days, you just go with it. On 2nd of September, 2nd and 3rd of September, Mercury and Sun are also meeting each other. This is called a superior conjunction. When a superior conjunction of Mercury, our mind happens, our mind is at a speed which is highest in its possibility. So we're talking a lot, we're communicating a lot, we're thinking a lot, we're quickly thinking, implementing, quickly thinking, implementing. This is an energy that should be used to get a lot of stuff done, to get a lot of things off the ground that seemed difficult earlier. That should be done in partnership with people. That should be done with partners. That should be done with clients. And your mind will be very alert, quick thinking, lot of interaction. Just do it, chat, read, communicate. It's the time to do all of that. Keeping in mind that speech and mind are at a speed. So sometimes in this kind of an activity, courtesy takes a back seat. Sometimes the words don't come out the way we want. So you want to be a little bit careful when that's happening with loved ones especially. For the next 40 days, starting from around 2nd or 30th of September, you'll find yourself going at a speed of things, trying to complete things. Because Mercury zooms ahead of Sun, we will be out and about trying to complete things with a speed, with an urgency essentially. So the activity level will pick up significantly starting from around 2nd or 3rd of September, all the way towards end of October, when you start seeing again activity slow down towards the last week of October. Then on 4th of September, we have Neptune and Saturn kicking in. Let me talk about that a little bit because this is about what is happening with the new start. But apart from this new start, Saturn, the planet of structure, is also going direct on 18th of September. Saturn rules the structure under which we perform and sort of deliver our goods in. It gives us the framework of operating. For you, Saturn is sitting in the house of abundance, in your house of vision, in your house of big wealth. So there might have been a vision for which you've been working on for since December of 2017, and now you sort of maybe have been waiting on structural changes in your business, structural changes in your big wealth, structural changes in what you want to deliver or you feel that it's your vision, it's your dream. You might have been working on creating the structure of that since December, but since April, things might have slowed down a little bit because Saturn went retrograde at the time. Saturn going retrograde slows down the process of delivery of structural changes in our life. It sort of creates a little bit of resistance from our end to deliver what should be channeled very easily through us, that should be created very easily through us. But at this point in time, you feel blocked. You feel that somehow I'm not able to get authority approvals. I'm not able to get the kind of clients I'm looking for. If you've been looking to do some massive changes in your business, they could have been slowed down, or massive changes in big wealth. This is not a small vision. This is something that you feel is your mission in life, that you're here to deliver. This is something which is unconventional, which is a little bit of like a life stream that you came here. And now with Saturn going direct around 18th of September, from 6th or 7th of September, when Sun meets Saturn, you will start seeing things opening up. Saturn stands still from around 5th or 6th of September all the way till around 2nd or 3rd week of September. It stands still and takes a turn in your house of aspirations, in your house of social presence, in your house of your dreams and vision, which included you launching your talents at a larger scale. It could be a business that you were thinking of launching. It could be a creative vision that you wanted to launch to a larger set of to people. It was something that you were wanting to establish, that establishes you in the society in a significant way. And that might have been on a hold up since April when Saturn went retrograde. The last 4 months could have been a little bit of frustration, resentment that things are not moving at the speed you want. The arrested growth happens when Saturn goes retrograde because its rule is to teach us something. There's something that we might have been missing. We were not taking care of some essential element of growth, which is why Saturn pauses the external growth and it wants us to figure out within ourselves, is this the right direction for you? Is this your long-term goal? Is this your social aspiration? Is this what you came here to deliver? Is this your vision? Is this your hope and wish? Is this your purpose? Is this your talent? Is this how you want to make a difference at a larger scale? Now, with these 4 months of trials which are now over, we start seeing the support come through for our vision as Saturn is about to go direct. And again, that comes through in the format of support in this new contract. This support for this vision comes in form of support in this new contract, this new client. You see the first evidence of that in form of a support coming through around 5th or 6th of September in this new contract. And then around 18th of September, the turning happens and the manifestation begin. Manifestations which will be happening from 18th of September all the way till 24th of December will be on things opening up when it comes to your aspirations, when it comes to your long-term goal. Maybe there was something structurally that you were planning to change in your business. There was something structurally you wanted to change in how you present yourself to the society, how you connect with them, how you connect with your fan base, how you connect with the people who you cater your goods to. Maybe you wanted to get more presence, expand your business a lot more, be more visible in your business. And Saturn comes here again once in 30 years. It wants you to establish the basis of what will reap you rewards beyond your time. You normally create a legacy where Saturn is. And for you, you're creating a legacy in form of impact on a larger set of people. So, your visionary ideas, your ability to influence groups, your ability to mentor people, your ability to create products which benefit a larger set of people, your ability to have a presence in the society. The support for all of that, the structural support of all of that comes through. But there is a giving away which happens as well over there. There is a disintegration of what is not serving you as well. Because South Node is there. South Node comes with a release, a detachment from something that is not part of your karma anymore. It could be a friend, it could be a person who's part of your business network, it could be the way you were presenting yourself to the larger set and marketing your goods. But a release comes a detachment from the past, a detachment, a karmic detachment from something that was not serving you, that was not letting you go ahead and be more socially viable and be more socially visible. That is given away along with this because Saturn and South Node are making their last contact on 28th of September, which will be felt throughout this month. We have spoken about it around May as well. Saturn and South Node together want you to release certain old patterns, even the people in your life with whom the karma is done. This could be your society, the who you connect with. It could be relatives. It could be the people. It could be an elder sibling. It could be a person who's been your friend for a long time. You thought he's your support system, but maybe being dependent on them was holding you back. In order to become the very best version of who you are, there is something that needs to be given up or shedded here, which you already are detached from, or over the course of last couple of months, you might have already realized that that needs to be released. Eric Sullivan called this a usefulness is birth. So, in order for the birth of usefulness, something that is holding that usefulness back, something that is holding all of your ability to make a vision reality, that the thing that was holding you back, there's a last moment of release of that comes towards the end of September. But you'll start feeling all of this from 5th and 6th of September when Sun makes a positive contact with Saturn on 6th of September or 5th of September. This will continue all the way till 18th of September when the emphasis will be on putting all you have into your long-term goal. When Saturn stands still, it makes us work very hard. But in our Earth season, that comes easily. That comes intuitively. So we have the tools to make it happen. Know that we are coming on the other side of things now. You're coming on the manifestation part of this now. This is especially true if you have planets around 14 degree of 14 degree of Pisces. 14 degree of Pisces, if you're a Pisces sun, is around 4th of March born. So 4th of March born, even a few days before and after, will feel Saturn turning very strongly, and it will feel that there is certain blockages which are getting removed when it comes to their vision and would require to give their all to do it. Even 20 or 21 degree of Pisces, which is around 14th to 17th of March born, around 10th or 11th of March, 20 to 21 degree or 10th or 11th of March born would also feel it strongly. So 4th of March born and 10th or 11th of March born, which is around 14 degree or 20, 21 degree, both of these degrees are being triggered. That's where Saturn went sort of retrograde. So that is triggered as well. And this sort of panning out of the new structure, you figuring out how this modified restructuring of my life works, it will continue to pan out all the way till 24th of December, when we have then a Christmas solar eclipse in this very area of your life, and you start living this new vision of your life. You start the full manifestation, the full benefit of this new life, of this vision, of this legacy that you're here to create, of this impact at a larger scale that you're here to deliver. So this is another thing that is happening. The third thing that is key this month is that Jupiter and Neptune are making a square. So this is about creation and new that we are doing. Jupiter and Neptune are here, as I mentioned in the past couple of videos. Jupiter is here to create a bigger vision of your career. It wants you to dream bigger than ever. It comes in your house of career once in 13 years. It wants you to create an expanded ideology of who you can become. It does not want you to dream small. It wants this eye on your legacy that you have, this hard work, this practical manifestation that you're working on. It wants to give it wings. It wants you to think beyond norm. And Jupiter and Neptune are both your ruler, and they are involved in a synod with Jupiter squaring Neptune. This is a synod which dreams are made of. It's idealistic. It's very idealistic. So you might have felt hope for change, hope for expansion, hope for larger than life expansion in your career since the start of this year. This is their third meeting. In the third meeting, things are given birth to. And this is the month when they meet for the third time on 21st of September to give birth to a larger picture of your life. Higher hopes, grand vision when it comes to who you want to become. This, of course, has psychological impact, but it also has a good luck impact when it comes to your career. So the opportunities of career, along with the vision things, they opening up, you'll experience that as well. And between 8th to 10th of September, Sun is making a square with Jupiter. This is very, very beneficial. This is larger than life. This is us getting something which sort of is aspirational. We thought it's aspirational, but now the manifestation happens. This is happening around 15 degree of Pisces. So 15 degree of Pisces is around 5th of March born. But as I mentioned in the last month's Jupiter video as well, this will keep on progressing forward. What is happening right now is that ideologically, you're getting the click. Okay, what to do, how to go about it, how do I make real this vision I have been given. And an old self-image is completely dissolved when Sun makes an opposition to Neptune on 10th of September. As a result of that, this is a major change that you will physically experience, especially if you have planets around 15 degrees, 16 degrees, 17 degree of Pisces, which is again around 4th, 6th, 7th of March. This is a moment of sort of seeing something clearly on what has to be given away. There's a disintegration of old reality which is not serving you, which happens. You are shown certain truths about what you want and how to get it. So we should be, and it could be through a confusion with a partner. It could be even through a sort of push and pull with a partner. You will feel physically fatigued, I feel, on 10th of September. So you want to mentally prepare for that, because this is a huge energy. When Sun and Neptune make an opposition to each other, it's a huge amount of energy that comes into existence, and it affects you psychologically. So especially if you have planets, as I mentioned, 4th to 7th of March born, or around 14 to 17 degree of Pisces, you want to take precautions on 10th of September, as well as around 13th or 14th of September, when Mars is making exactly the same aspect. We can feel physically weak. But what's happening here is we are getting the guidance to break an old habit. We are getting the guidance to move out of an old goal. There's a motivation and drive of a new growth that is shown to us, provided we release an old part of our psyche, an old an old part of us. But it's done lovingly, it's done, the release is done optimistically, because you see the future, so the past can be easily released. And there's a lot of compassion which comes to your partners, which comes to the people who are you're working with, who are your supporters here. There's a lot of compassion about the journey that you've been on. And so there is going to be a little bit of this. This will feel emotional. This day, 10th of September, 13th of September, even in a Earth season when we are largely focused on getting things done, this will feel emotional, because there's a compromise that is sometimes felt when we are not ready to release something. But there is a compromise with making a dream come true that always comes, right? There is a compromise that always comes with making a dream come true. So this is a little bit of release that is required, flexibility that is required to enrich a new and elaborate vision of future. Because when Saturn goes direct and this aspect happens, things move forward, but they move forward in structure different from what we had originally planned in the first half of the year. So you're introduced to yourself without ego, without pretense, and you see very clearly what you want. And you might not want now what you wanted about a quarter back. You may want it in a different fashion, and now you pursue it in a different way. Neptune wants to remove any false value, false goals. It wants you to be going for something that you spiritually want, that your heart truly wants, that you truly love. This is a higher manifestation of Venus, higher manifestation of love. This is not physical love. This is a love which is beyond reality, beyond earthly matters. So you are sort of introduced to the bare you in terms of what you want. And it's the strongest felt by you, because Neptune, your ruler, is in your sign for the longest time. It's one of the longer transits, and it wants to sort of change who you are as a person. It is softening you even further to sort of take in a new reality, to take in a new way of being. So this is a part of that. This is you in the process of becoming. It can feel a little weak, as I said, but it is something that you want in your core, and you know that it's for you, because Neptune essentially doesn't take away something that is integral to us. It dissolves what has already been dysfunctional, or it's sort of already gone, but we are holding on to it for some reason. So it just gives us the consciousness to remove something that was already not for us. And that comes with a career growth immediately, because Jupiter is making a aspect with Neptune. So your expansion comes with a release of a part of you. It could be Pisces is not known for ego, but it could be a part of your ego, something that you feel integral to you is being released. And once you release that, you see it clearly, you let the old reality disintegrate, the expansion happens in a much easier fashion. There is a compromise, if I may say, between your future and the past that is required around 10th of September. And then after that comes the conviction. We have Mercury, Pluto making a contact in your mind, surety about things, surety about how you want it, seeing through things, seeing through the reality. 8th and 9th of September, even ahead of it, Mercury is making a contact with Pluto. 8th and 9th of September is when you're thinking about it, you start getting clear vision of how to go about it. How do I make it happen? How do I make it into reality? Around 13th of September, when Sun meets Pluto in a positive aspect, you interact with people, convince people, get approvals, work on things, have the diligence to follow through what is required, get into the details of things. This is followed by physical action, is the massive mental and social action that happens after that. which is convincing people, bedding down the contract, getting into the details of things, figuring out how it will go, figuring out the details of things, convincing people. If you have a pitch or something, if you need to convince an authority figure, if you need to convince somebody about your perspective, about your point of view, I would choose 12th or 13th of September for it. I would choose even 8th or 9th for it. Even 8th and 9th of September are excellent too for business dealings, as is 12th, even 11th, 12th, 13th of September. And all of this massive interaction with partners in the first half of the month delivers you your full moon, which is happening on 14th of September in your sign. We get one full moon every year, and this is in your sign. This is halfway of your season. So something that you might have initiated in your season back in March now comes to fruition, now comes to completion, now comes to light. The process that you initiated of making something, of creating something, now that comes to conclusion, it comes to fruits, it comes to conviction, it comes to physical reality. With Saturn going direct, it is being given and molded into a formal structure that will outlast you, that will go beyond you, that will become your legacy. This is especially true if you have planets around 21 degree of Pisces, which is around 10th or 11th of March born. And then again on 19th of September, we have Mars and Pluto together. This is very focused action. Once you know how to do it, you just act in a very, very strong way. 19th of September is like massive, strong action, detailed work being done with diligence. And as I said, till end of October, this sort of continues, this flows through forward. And following that, after 22nd or 23rd of September, it will all become about proceed of this partnership, proceed of this commitment. How does the money part work? How does if it is a personal partnership, how do we stay deep with each other? How is the intimacy? How is the transformation of merging with somebody? So that will be part of after 22nd or 23rd of September, when we'll enter into Libra season. So good luck for all of this, Pisces. This is an excellent month. I look forward to having possibly another video for you during the course of the month, because I want to go deeper into some of these sub-elements of what's happening this month, which have longer term impact on you. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video now. Thank you.